And welcome back, everybody, here to map number 2 in this best of 3 series between OpTic Gaming and AGG. I'm Dustin Moret. With me is Vansilli. He'll join us in just a sec. And, of course, it was OpTic who took map 1 in a really convincing fashion. Started out slow, but then dominated. Won it 16-6, I believe the score was on that. Now we're going to be on Inferno. This was, in fact, OpTic's pick. We'll be starting out on the terrorist side first, as if they can win this map, they will move on to the semifinals of this qualifier. AGG would be eliminated, have to try to come back in qualifier number 2. But if AGG can pull it out here, we would see a map 3 on Dust 2. As we're going to see a very aggressive banana setup here from AGG. Invert going to deal the first blow and the second as well. Great work there from him to shut this down so far in the pistol here for his team. Now with the remaining 3 members, OpTic are going to have to see what they can muster up. You see them basically gathering back up and recommitting to Banana. Invert has fell off. There's only 2 players here. It's going to be Ruru and Ocean. Stanislav slowly making his way over there as well with the bomb. Shazam and Naf going to go ahead and push in without him, see if they can find anything. But Ruru from CT spawn able to find a kill. Naf able to come in and make the trade happen. And Stanislav will pick up Ocean actually at the coil. So really nice play here from OpTic. They're actually going to get a bomb plant despite the fact they were in 3 versus 5. And maybe, just maybe, they could even win this round, as we are going to see Naf tagging up a couple of players who are rotating through spawn here. Both of OpTic's members are going to be holding here towards the construction. Stanislav ripping another head off there. But now it's Naf all alone. 1v2 doing a lot of damage over there to Twist, but can't find the frag. Now they're both going to push him at the same time. He's able to fall back though and stay alive. Els will continue to press in, but Naf's going to get the headshot, and now that means that Twist has to run in here and get the kill. He will be able to do it, but does he have enough time to defuse? Doesn't have a kit, so it's going to be real close, but I think he should be able to get it. No, just off by like a second. Man, oh man, OpTic pulling out the round there. What a round it was indeed. It looked so good for AGG at first. Invert had some really nice picks at the beginning, but it was all for naught, as OpTic will take it anyhow. So with a 1-0 lead, we will of course see OpTic upgrade a little bit here. Auto shotgun in play for Naf. He's an apartments player, usually getting control of apps, so that could work there. Or it could also work up close Banana, which he seems to be leading in that direction now. Of course, we'll see AGG upgrading some pistols and such. They have 4 members at A from the start, 2 on each side of mid, just relying on Twist to play B alone here. So trying to gamble stack a bit, which is understandable given the situation. You see Daps just taking a little bit of control of Banana here, just pushing back car and checking sandbags, making sure they have that first level of Banana under their grasp here. We are going to see Shazam with the bomb making his way back over towards Banana as well. Stanislav will just kind of lurk it out here over towards the apartment side, as it looks like OpTic are surely going to be looking to just execute on this B-bomb site in a pretty big fashion. All the nades are flying out here. There is no stack from AGG either. They'll just be up against 2 players, but they're kind of slowing it down a bit. They're not immediately going in. I think they just want to make sure it's not a stack, so they're kind of just sitting Daps and Naf out there first to kind of look for intel to figure things out. Now they will go ahead and fully commit in, as Naf will be able to find one there with the auto shotgun. Daps with one as well with the MAC-10. So the bomb is going to get planted here in just a moment. But it's a 3 versus 3. There is still maybe a chance that the retake can set in here. L's going to be in CT spawn. Invert already in construction. Ruru trying to flank up Banana now. Invert has been spotted by Shazam at the back. Daps still is kind of stuck here in the sandwich. Going to be hard for him to get out of here. Tries to commit to a Banana push. Gets caught by Invert for it. And now it's just going to be Daps. And now actually just going to be Shazam trying to hold in the back of triple, but he'll go down. And so it is AGG who will be able to break the pattern a bit here. Take a round from OpTic a bit earlier than I'm sure they were thinking was going to happen. And now we're tied up 1-1. Really nicely done there from AGG on the retake.
And what do you think I came back on time for? That's right. The 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 Care Bear countdown.
Does it really count as someone's 0? Does it?
Yes, of course. Because that's the original song counts all the way down to 0 anyways. But it got kind of screwed up because
I want to hear the song.
No, Els got it diffused, but I mean it's a great eco actually coming in for AGG. They did go for that pistol buy. It's now going to be OpTic Gaming on a pistol buy themselves. They did get a bomb plant on that second round to give them that economy to work with that. But if they don't get any bomb plants out of this one, you'll definitely see them on a save here. So great job for AGG. Now they're going to play a little bit more default as well for their defense, with 3 guys towards the same bomb site, 2 towards Banana, although they are playing quite aggressively, putting that auto shotgun left behind from Naflad previous round into fruition in the hands of Ocean, looking to add some $900 kills here. That nade is going to heavily damage Twists, but he's not going to budge from that because he still has a good crossfire setup. But as that smoke dissipates, Ocean decides to fall back to play a little bit more passively, which is what I'm surprised of. But at the same time, he's up against full Tech 9, so he's going to play a different angle that Oranges.
And the smoke is going to come out, so this may delay OpTic even longer. Ocean also has an incendiary as well, so he may be able to force OpTic to take a lot of damage if they still want to go for this late B execute, which seems to be what they're committed to. They're just waiting for that smoke to fade, and then they're going to go all out on it. But again, they're going to have to take a little bit of damage for that incendiary. Ocean will go ahead and throw it now through the smoke, killing even more time. But with that extended round timer, there's still plenty of time for OpTic to still make this work. But Invert has begun to cheat over here. Even Ruru's begun to start rotating, so we'll see if OpTic can get through.
Ocean's dancing! He's dancing! He's birdie! He's dead! Now Twist at least gets a kill through this smoke, also blinded, headshot onto Stan, and that was hilarious where he kept turning around and said, alright, well, I guess I'm effed. Now at least they get the bomb plant, Daps pushing through towards the garden side, first Tech 9 kill, a trade comes through as well, as Daps falls down but retaliated back by Rush. Nafly trying to turn around the corner. It is a 2-man retake from the CT side, as they're looking to get pistol bot and ecoed back. Now that bomb is ticking down, Shazam holding by that new box, Else is moving in towards the spools, and Rush gets the kill. Ruru now the last man standing, and things get reset back, and OpTic Gaming regains the lead now with a 2-1 score.
Yeah, so I guess we're just going to have one of those scrappy beginnings to a game where both teams are just forcing up, trying to get economic control. I think AGG is in a position where they finally just have to kind of concede. Just take a save here, maybe get some upgraded pistols, but no armor or anything like that. Make sure you can get a full buy in soon. So OpTic have broken through. They have a 2-1 lead now. Going to go ahead and just kind of hold on to a couple of those Tech 9s. Not going to upgrade everyone. They even picked up a free M4 there onto Rush. So they really only... And a free FAMAS on the DAP. So they're really the only gun that had to be bought with Stanislaus AK and some utility. They're going to already nade Twist down a lot, and they will go ahead and clear them out.
Yeah, that's why they're keeping those Tech 9s. They know that AGG is on a save, so they know they don't have to invest that much trying to build up that economy in case if they want to go for an AWP on the next round with Shazam. He's one of the players with only the pistol there. Now Invert trying to wide peek on that mid site. He does spot one, but he doesn't have any armor to work with. Al's trying to hold back this B-bomb site on his own, but at least he's actually baited out by Ruru, who moves in from the CT spawn side and gets the kill onto Rush. Still alive inside the site right now. He's looking for a close range battle there. Meanwhile, Stanislaus swipes up 2 at mid, and Ruru falls through the smoke. It's going to be 3-1 now, with money on still for OG to get that AWP as we mentioned before, but still a debate for AGG to see if they should buy or not.
Yeah, it really is, because they could FAMAS armor, but they couldn't even really M4 armor in some of their players. And obviously, there's definitely no op in play. Limited utility would be a factor. So all those different signs point to, let's not go for it. Let's just go ahead, take our double save now. You know, yeah, you're going to give OpTic a lot of early control in this game. You're going to let them build up their bank, but hopefully you can get your full buyout soon, and you'll be able to make something happen, as they will stack 4 at B. You know, just trying to gamble, see if they can't make this pay off. It won't, but, you know, no harm, no foul. It's worth the attempt.
Well, it looks like they are going to try to go for this walk creep and a big flank there. Hopefully Invert can get some damage done, but he only has a silence USP, no armor, so unless he lands nothing but headshots, he lands nothing but nothing. Blank bullet shot, and then finally picked off by Daps. All 5 members of OpTic Gaming. Oh, at least they got the trigger with the volley. Now Nafly watching that flank, getting another one at mid. 2 guys moving up towards this hallway side. Ruru is spotted at small pit at middle. And finally, there's that first casualty. Else looking for another one inside that window room. Daps is going on a hunt, which is surprising enough. Again, they know that it's a pistol buy, yet they're still hunting for kills. Is it worth that investment? Well, I guess Daps picked up a FAMAS, right? So
yeah, really he was just trying to catch L's and prevent him from saving that AK. Was really the point there. Try to, you know, force him to actually make a purchase next round to limit their economy. And again, he had like a free FAMAS, right? So it was worth it. Just didn't work out. AGG are going to be able to save this AK, it appears. They also do save a FAMAS there on Twist, so that'll help them out a little bit going into the next round. But OpTic already with a nice lead here, given the map.
Yeah, this is where you'll finally see an op in the hands of Invert. So Ruru is going to buy it, get the drop, and Invert does have a spawn for Banana, so we'll see if him and Twist, the top fraggers, usually here for the team, this time being Ruru to actually assist on this second map. He actually started stepping up a little bit from that first map on Mirage, and now actually adding a little bit more. But there you go. Invert does get that spawn, and he's running straight out towards that car side. And he goes towards the pillar, gets a leg shot onto Daps, and that's crazy. He actually ran it just staring at the ground. Meanwhile, Stanislaw is just gonna go for a walk peek up, no flashes, no smokes, and just gets 3 entries like that. That is crazy. All right, time to save our guns here for Invert and Twists, and it's gonna be 5-1.
Yeah, it's like Stanislaw is just one of the most versatile riflers that I've seen in A, coming up at least, like outside the established players, right? Very smart player as well. You can kind of see him playing the perimeter sometimes, just on the edges of the map, kind of almost like a lurk or a secondary lurk, but he's also very heavily involved in entries at times as well. Map, he kind of bounces between the two, but there you saw him come up big with the entry. The 3 kills, as you noted, there's really not much more to say than that. He just ran through and did work, and now OpTic up 5-1. AGG's money low again on a lot of their players, but there is some bake on Els to drop some pistols, I guess, but they're still going to have to kind of fold this round, and, I mean, OpTic are getting a pretty scary lead in this game.
This is where it hurts as well. I mean, this Invert is finally able to get an AWP in his hands, gets a leg shot into Dabs, and then just on the other side of the map, 3 of his teammates fall. And he's stuck trying to save his gun. He's able to get 1 kill, but that's only a $100 kill. So he's in another spot where he actually can't buy an AWP. Of course, they'll get the bonus money if they lose this one as well. Losing 5 rounds in a row, you'll be able to see Yop again in the hands of Invert, but really he hasn't had a chance to make that shine. We really need the other 3 players towards that A side to really step up now. Invert trying to go for some dig shots. 1 dig, up or down. Silver Op versus real Op. The Silver Op wins. And it's going to be at 5-1 scoreline and a 1-minute advantage for AGG.
And so this might be their opportunity to still convert this, despite the fact that they didn't have much firepower to work with. Rush, you still see him leading B as normal. Kind of his typical spot, seeing if he couldn't find anything there, but no one going to show him anything. They have like a little boost going on here inside the corner.
Yeah, not too sure about that.
Could catch someone off guard, I guess, but you're not really all the way tucked in either, so this could actually go really badly.
Especially with a flash to enter it. So already Ocean falls down, Twists, alright, I'm going to fall back. At least he still has full armor and a CZ to work with. Also has smokes to actually slow it down, but that's all they got. All he has left is a flash if he wants to try to shutter and run through. With Ruru as well. The bomb is down there, though, so if they're able to run through, they could actually catch him off guard and turn things around. But now Rush is going to have to force him out. He's going to line up even Twists on the kill, and then almost getting one onto Ruru as well. But now they're going to pick up the bomb. Rush is going to try to get another entry here with 18 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be huge right now, because you still have Els hiding inside this pit. He's going to spot Stanislaw. He's going to take him down. The bomb is going to commit there. He gets the second one onto Daps. If he actually gets this one into Nafly, okay, Nafly stops it, but you still have Invert. No, now it's actually planted at the default spot, so Invert cannot get the angle to prevent the bomb plant. So the round is back in hands in favor of OG, but Invert goes for another headshot with a D. It's a 2 versus 1. Rush makes it a 1 versus 1. Fight behind by Ruru. Lights him through the wall and finally ends it there. But that is a great eco there for AGG to hurt that economy, because it was getting stacked up quite well for OpTic Gaming, but still
Pretty high, though.
Yeah, some nice shots there by Invert.
Yeah, I mean, definitely got to give props to AGG. They definitely turned that round into something. Just because of how long OpTic waited to hit the A-bomb site, they really got put in a bad way due to the I can't remember who that was in pit, but he did such a great job, like almost winning the round off the timer. Because of how long he was delaying OpTic. OpTic finally got their act together, but now Invert has to op. Okay. OpTic trying to op mid, gets pushed back by a flash.
That's going to calm things down a bit, so we'll see if they can turn things around now. Was a weak spot towards the A site to start in the original gun round. And now we're still going to try to take control of Banana side first, but they do have the op actually watching towards mid side. That's Invert, flashback, and forced to play back towards the Cubby side. So we'll see if Ocean and Twist can hold it back towards B. You can see for that mini-map, actually, Ocean is looking to fall back and play from the CT side. Stanislaw going to run through his own teammate's Molly and run towards construction side. Spots him, gets the headshot, going for a second one, and the opposite Invert, he gets a second kill. And meanwhile, we're clearing up towards the A side as well. It's all up to Els one more time inside the site, and no go. Rush and Stanislaw getting all of the kills for that round just by sheer running and gunning, and just on top in terms of aiming.
I mean, Stanislaw is just putting it in these guys, dude. I don't know what else to say. He was doing it on Mirage a lot, and now he's had 2 really big rounds here. Like, he had, that 3K push on the A-bomb site. Then there, he had just a 3K solo effort on B to, like, really sell a fake. So those, I mean, I know those are, like, more than half of his kills so far on the game, but think about it, that's 2 really big rounds he won. It set them up to have an easier time. Oh, okay.
No, sorry, we missed
Are you
Ocean.
Peter Griffin and your knee hurts? Or?
Well, if I was Ocean, I'd probably be Peter Griffin because we missed a 007 death.
Okay.
I just had to say that. I don't know. I'm just disappointed I missed it. Usually,
Ocean just saw all that. He's like, nope.
Take I'm 0-8. I'm 0-8. Oh, no, he gets it stolen and also traded out by Daps. But at least the bomb is down, so this is a good thing because they actually have a crossfire with Ruru as well inside the site. So let's see what happens here. Rush does get the entry inside the pit. They also get the entry onto Ruru as well inside the site, and that's it. Shazam watching that flank. Twist is still going to try to go for it. At least gets a kill, gets something done. It's 2 versus 1. Then Shazam stops it right there in his tracks. It's now 8-1 with 7 rounds won in a row for OpTic Gaming on T side of Inferno.
Yeah, I didn't think it would go like this, man. I really didn't. I guess, well, maybe after what we saw in Mirage, this was a bit more expected, but I really thought that AGG would have a bit more here on the CT side of a map that's probably the most CT-sided in the rotation these days. But they just haven't found anything, and now they still have no money, so they just have to try to nade stack middle and hope for the best. No one going to be there, though. Shazam waiting back with the op. He sees all this. Rush will just go ahead and fall back now. Take care of business. Wow.
3. Made that 4 courtesy of Nafly. Last one trying to come down the staircase. Stanislaw was watching our rotation. Now 9-1. Only 2 players lightly damaged, though, Shazam and Rush. But nothing more than that there for AGG with that push. I mean, I guess it was off timing because we already had control of that B side banana for OpTic Gaming. So those nades landed a little bit too far back on top of that staircase at T-mid. At least the bonus money is their savior right now for AGG, looking to maybe turn things around now as we have the op back in the hands of Invert. Runs into a pillar, though, so that's going to slow things down for a banana pick.
Indeed, it will. So we are just going to see OpTic just open up pretty default this time. Most rounds they haven't opened default. They've been like really B heavy or something like that. They've been kind of swapping people around, but this is kind of their more traditional like setup that I'm used to seeing when they kick off rounds here. So they just kind of slowing it back down a little bit here. They are going to go ahead and get control of it. They take down Invert. Meanwhile, Stanislaw and Naps will work in the apartments and boiler area. Els will be able to pick up 1, so at least he's been able to push another area of the map and kind of even up the odds just a bit. But certainly this is still going to favor OpTic as they might just have a 3v1 push here against Twist. It depends on what Ruru's going to do. He's starting to cheat over to A. Twist has to come up big here in this corner. This is a really risky position to play when your rotate's kind of far off. He will go ahead and fall back.
Yeah, he heard Daps as well drop down from that garage, so you saw that spray come through. That might fall. That might force OpTic Gaming to say, okay, let's try to fall back towards this mid side, because they know there's at least 1 player in there and possibly 2. But Rush is still going to try to go in and try to get something done here. He's just going for the spray, trying to keep the rotation from going back towards that A side. But really, we haven't really committed up towards the top for OG yet. And finally, Rush decides to peek, and Ruru says, nope, I'm going to stop you there. And then the rest of the guys will just try to rush towards the port side. Else is play inside the pit. It's going to be Shazam trying to get an opener with the AWP. Spots the pointy elbow of Else behind the pillar, but Else still manages to get a kill. But it's a double pit play. And they actually, on a rotation as well, get 2 more kills simultaneously. And finally, AGG gets a point.
Yeah, finally. It was definitely not a little too late. I mean, they really needed it now. Not a moment too soon. But they have to worry about their money being reset. That's still a really big thing. Luckily, they grabbed a couple of AKs, so that helps their money just a slight bit. But, I mean, you still got some guys that are going to be in almost double save territory if this round doesn't pan out. And that's when OpTic can literally just go up to 12 rounds, which would just be absolutely devastating, right? So this is a really, really important round. A lot of weight is on this. If you're Team AGG, you got to make this one work.
This is interesting as well. Look at where Invert's opping right now. He's opping it from CT spawn. Because he hasn't really been connecting very well tonight in terms of getting those aggressive op picks that he usually does. And the few times that he peeked out towards Banana, he got a leg shot, but really not many kills out of that. So he's forced to play a little bit more of a passive hopping style. And you know what? Maybe he doesn't need to look through as he gets the kill fully blinded onto Rush.
Yeah,
so all he needs to do is keep getting flashed to get kills.
I mean, B operas like that are pretty rare. Most operas play arts, right? Occasionally they'll go B. The two trend breakers is actually Olafmeister on Fnatic, who as a B rotator will off a lot B side, and then Fallen actually from Luminosity is another guy who dedicates pretty heavy to B side. And it seems like Invert's kind of been doing the same thing most of this game, and that time it pays off. The rest of OpTic with their 4 members will actually try to see if they can hit this A bomb site.
Yeah, they're gonna force out, see if anybody's gonna be towards that Cubby side, but nobody's there. They're also gonna smoke out Library and Arch side, so this is gonna be huge for Naf. And nice counter flash to give a chance for Ruru to peek out. Gets the first one through the smoke, gets the kill onto Shazam as well. Now Stanislaw retaliating back on the other side by Porch. Gonna try to get him another entry here from the front of the graveyard, but it's gonna get denied by Ruru. Daps down the last man standing, making it a 2 versus 1 as he gets 2 kills of his own. 10 seconds left on the clock. He's gonna have to rush it quick. He knows that Else is inside that pit. Does not connect, trying to get for that spray, and smart move for Else to not peek out there. Brings the fight towards him, and he's gonna win it after all.
Yeah, it's a big round to win if you're AGG to avoid the money reset, but they're still not out of the woods yet because they do still have to rebuy 3 players. So they're still kind of sitting in the same boat they were in last round, where a loss here would almost, normally put you in double save territory. They probably wouldn't because they'd have to try to force and go for a round, but it's really going to limit their economy going forward. So again, they're basically in the same spot they were last round. They didn't really get to take any pressure off themselves with that round when it was just survival.
And one more time, Invert. As he went back towards that car side, was forced with the mollies to fall back, and he looks on top of the logs. Shazam peeks out, gets the op kill, and also Ruru falling at B. Little do they know, oh no, he gets legged through the smoke by Shazam down to 15 as well. And I'm doing nothing but moaning tonight with these this action happening. Unfortunate on my side here.
Nothing
as I catch
but
myself.
moaning from the action. I got you, man.
Yeah. I'm catching myself.
I'm too immature for you to be doing stuff like that. I'm way too immature.
5-on-3 as L spots Rush on the top of the carriage, but he doesn't shoot. Rush doesn't connect with the shots either. Molly's to force them back, but you already had such a huge rotation for the CT side towards B. Meanwhile, Stanislaw has cleared out towards A, and that's it. You see this easy rotate that's going to come back, and they're even going to plant default. It's going to be huge for them right now to hold it.
Stanislaw being able to have pick control for so long there just got so much information, allowed OpTic to just rotate out. And at this point, if you're AGG, you just got to save. Again, their money is so low. They're not really going to be able to make too many purchases next round, so this is the perfect idea. When you're OpTic, though, so much money in play, I feel like they're definitely going to at least play 2 players to chase.
Can Nafly see him from jumping there?
Huh?
I was wondering if Nafly saw like the top of Twist's head by jumping on top of the logs there.
I don't think he did.
Well, it's going to be them just going on a hunt, trying to prevent AGG to save any guns possible. And there you go, Shazam spots him, gets the shot.
You're right, I think.
Yep. I think Nafly called it for him to get the boost after he get the shot, so now Ocean's inside the construction side, and they're able to save those 2 guns for now, but they're still going to be hunted down by Nafly and by Shazam here, and they will survive. So 10-3 will be our score on this first half. 2 more to go.
2 more rounds here left in the half, and AGG need both of them to have any hope of reeling this one back in. Again, they need to win this map, otherwise they do get eliminated from this first qualifier bracket. Now, granted, they will be invited back to the next bracket, so it's not as if there's no hope for them to make land losing here, but certainly makes you a little bit easier on yourselves if you can try to do it here and now. As Twit's going to get super aggressive, but Rush is there to catch him.
Ocean getting a kill there with an assist from Invert as OG, if they kept actually pushing up there towards that banana side, it would have been a big lineup for Ocean to get a triple kill. But they decided to fall back on top of mid. It's already a 4 versus 2 situation. And even at this point, Ocean's even not rotating back to help out his teammates. Really, El's going to try to have to hold it by himself one more time. Big flash, but that's not going to blind Rush. He met with the timing, he was able to stay behind the pillar and not get blinded at all. And now Ocean's just going to go back and salvage the M4 towards the T apartments. Left behind by one of his opponents there at Banana. I think it was Daps actually that had the M4, if I'm not mistaken, from previous rounds. But nonetheless, it's just an unstoppable play from OpTic Gaming that continues from this first map on Mirage.
Yeah, they have just been ramming it down AGG's throat ever since like the 6th round of Mirage, right?
Yep.
It's just they've barely let up, and I mean, it didn't help that AGG had their economy reset twice this half. That certainly makes it way harder to get the purchase you need to pose a real threat. And at this point, OpTic has already done well more than enough for this map on the terrace side to feel comfortable. So, AGG feeling the heat right now of OpTic.
Well, they're basically running headfirst into the green wall.
Gotta get one more in before the series might be over, right?
Yep. AGG trying to pull the Kool-Aid man, but it does not bust through the green wall. So those last rounds...
I could just see Ocean like on the Kool-Aid man trying to come through.
That's rude. That's so rude, man.
Oh, yeah.
So rude.
Why do I have to pick Ocean out of all of them? Yeah, I guess that was pretty messed up. I'm sorry.
So we do have
sorry,
a lurker.
Kakuna.
It's Stanislaw that's going to play on the bottom of the staircase, trying to catch rotations while the rest of them are taking control of this B side. It's going to be invert with the Deagle, no avail. Daps is going to headshot him. You still have Twisto inside the side with the FAMAS, and that shotgun is going to try to come into play as he rotates all the way towards CT spawn. And Stanislaw does not connect. Else gets the kill actually with the 5-7. And that was actually an unorthodox peek that Stanislaw was never aware of, never expected that. So at least they get an AK-47 out of that one for now. The rest of OpTic Gaming are getting ready to push inside the deep bomb site. Big flash, actually, AGG Ruru is already down to 22 HP. He's going to go for the flash peek out. Line 2, but will not get the first. Actually, it was an off-shot miss, and because of that, Napfly falls down. And then a quick scope by Shazam to pick him off. Rush running through, just spamming, gets the headshot. And that's it. 3-on-2 situation. Bomb finding for Banana as well. Shazam misses the op shot, but owned up by Ocean long range. And can they get this retake right now? Ocean and Else, they do have 4 nades to work with. Meanwhile, Rush does have a molly in his hands as well to try to prevent him from going for any defuse, but he's just going to go running and gunning, and there's that throw at the garden side. Ocean running through and gets the 1 versus 1 situation, goes for the full. He's going to... Pros don't fake. Oh, he did go for a fake. But that's going to be it. At this point, it's going to be 12-3 in favor of OpTic Gaming to end the half.
Like I said, I was really hoping to see a little bit more out of AGG, especially since they impressed me a good bit against Splice in the first match they played in this bracket in the round of 16. When we casted that, I thought they looked good. I thought Twist and Invert were living up to the hype, and they just looked good. And I think for a while there on Mirage, they also looked okay, but at some point it just kind of broke down, and they kind of lost their way, and they still haven't found it yet, you know, halfway through this map. May not have too much left on it if OpTic can win the pistol.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? I mean, when we looked at the pregame, we know that they got 10 rounds on T side against Splice on Inferno, but Splice is nowhere near the caliber of OpTic Gaming. Yeah, they did have... Did they upset OpTic Gaming in the minor? I think so, right?
Who, Splice?
Yeah.
Splice did, yeah.
Yeah, but at this point, OpTic Gaming learned from their mistakes. They're still probably a stronger caliber team versus Splice. Splice actually played quite well towards the minor. I'm not going to take anything away from that, but still, overall, OpTic Gaming is definitely the stronger team in terms of those two lineups. And AGG showed that they're maybe not quite as strong as they expected to be on Mirage, on Inferno on T side.
Yeah. I still think that this AGG lineup is still one of the stronger lineups that Ocean has had, but just tonight they haven't been able to deal with OpTic at all.
But now this is the best out of 3 single elimination. This is basically could end it for AGG if they don't win this pistol round against OpTic Gaming on this second map. This is OpTic Gaming's map choice, which is Inferno. The first one was on Mirage, chosen by AGG, where they lost 15 rounds in a row to finally lose 16-6. So they have to try to bring that morale back and hopefully bring it to a third map, which would be played on Dust 2 if needed. At this point, they have to focus on a 1 round at a time. The first one being the pistol, as we're now live here on the second half for the CEVO Season 9 Pro League. I'm Vansilli, along with me is Dust Barrett. Later running the camera, and Alex running the production desk as we are live now into this pistol. And let's see if AGG could run the Glock train and keep things alive.
I also do want to point out that we have another best of 3 starting in about 20 minutes or so, and that'll be CLG taking on Quetzal. So we're not done tonight, regardless of how this map plays out. So definitely stay tuned in for that. There we are live with the post around here. AGG Not doing anything special. Got a couple players pushing up alt mid to apartments, but they're just kind of sitting back, maybe anticipating some type of banana aggression. They
You
are
have
definitely setting up heavy in the halls. What's that?
you do have a raid boss though in the hands of Ruru. So he's going to try to move up there, take 9 small armor. Footsteps will be heard by Rush playing on the other side of the balcony, but nobody really budging for OpTic Gaming on the rotation because look how aggressively they push down actually on Banana side. So
Yep.
that flies all the way up front, and you have one spotting. It's going to be Daps. And they're playing it very patiently, at least for the terrorist team of AGG. And Shazam, a little bit of slow reaction there with how Invert went for that wide peak on the porch side. But as they're walking back, Daps gets instantly gooshed by what? Walk. Now the Tech 9 comes through, headshot onto Naf. Daps at least falls back inside the side, but has no nades to work with to slow them down, so it's going to have to be a big rotation long range with the CTs. Nice smoke to cover things up. They can only focus on Daps momentarily. Counter nades coming through. Else is down to 3 HP. He's finally swept down by Shazam, but quickly traded back by Invert. Rush coming in from Banana side. It's going to drop the first kill. Nobody's watching Banana Flank, unfortunately, for AGG, so I'm assuming there's some miscommunication going on there. At least the crossfire is set up from CT spot and from Banana. Nice shot by Stan. Now it's a 1 versus 1. And Ruru only has 20 HP. Stan has a USP, no kit. He's trying to go on a hunt. Going all the way around towards that blue car. Running out. Ruru gets the kill.
Yeah, it was Stanislaw, like, it was just him. He had one play to make that org, which is tap and try to get around, but just didn't check his left side. So a little bit unfortunate there for him, but a good round from AGG, just catching the banana aggression, led into a nice bomb plant. Struggled a little bit holding off the retake, but they still came through well enough. So it will be 4-12. They won't just get completely shut out yet. We're going to see OpTic, of course, forcing up a bit here. We do see 3 CZs in play, 5-7, and a Deagle. Armor on everyone. And again, looks like they're going to try to get a little bit aggressive here at banana.
You do have people winning on the other side, though. On the top of the flower pots are AGG trying to boost it up, but they miss it. And after they miss it, they say, screw it. Let's just fall back for now. Flash is going to force Else to fall back as well. So that actually baiting a trap for them to lurk up towards this alt middle, where we're actually playing aggressively for the CT side there. With Rush and Stanislaw playing with the CZ and Deagle. Sorry, with the CZ and the other CZ. Inside the hallway side. So now Ruru is going to try to creep up. The bomb is right behind him and on the back of Ocean. Looks like they're going to try to go maybe for a wraparound. Shazam's waiting around the corner there, though. And that flash actually missed, so that's not going to do any damage at all. Shazam knows that. He falls back towards the archway side. They're actually pushing through. They're going to try to go for a to B split. So you still have Else watching towards the banana side. You still have Invert watching the flank. He catches 2 off guard on the rotation. The CT are still waiting inside this B bomb site. With 30 seconds left on the clock, Dax finds out the first one. Unfortunately, runs out of bullets for the second kill. I love how he dies. He just sits on the top of that ledge there. Maybe the camera can see it right after. But the T's swipe it up. And there's the body of Dax just sitting on that ledge. Hopefully you caught it later.
Yep, so now OpTic are going to take a full save here, but I'm sure they're still feeling pretty confident. Even on these rounds, they've been so successful in getting kills and like make this expensive on AGG, so I'm sure they're not even the least bit concerned at this point on what's going on, as we are going to see if they want to stack anything or push anything with these pistols. Looks like they are going to be stacking towards the A side of the map. We do have a little bit of an old school boost going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very rare. Even back then, actually, though, it's a lot more of an open map on Inferno where you could see a lot further down mid. You could actually see all the way from alternate middle when you were stacked on the high-low there. So this is a little bit of a tough angle, knowing that if you actually have any flashes that are going to pop from the top of the bench side or from alt mid, those 2 guys are blinded and totally exposed to get wrecked. At this point, the T's are holding it very slowly, and they're going to flash down themselves to go for a mid push on the CT side. But AGG's waiting for it. They spot the first one. They spot a second one here on the top of mid. But the CT still decides to fall back inside the A-bomb site.
See them just kind of making a little bit of an approach here towards Boiler and mid, but they're certainly not committed to anything yet. Ruru and Invert even just kind of working Banana a bit. 3 players stacked towards lane here for OpTic. 1 here on the corner. And behind default box Snap over towards Cemetery. OpTic may just pay off here having this stack, as it is going to be what Execute's coming from, but they are going to wrap around Art's side, so it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to deal with.
I don't think they're going to check the graveyard, though, so this could be huge for them. As he peeks out, Rush gets a close-range USB onto Else. He's going to be the last man standing. And Daps also dying simultaneously inside the B-bomb side. I was talking about last man standing inside A, but you can still see it, how AGG, despite them winning these 3 rounds in a row, of course, from the pistol round, they're still playing it very cautiously. They're very afraid of how OpTic Gaming's playing so far, and they don't want to walk into any traps. Even though they're up against pistols and they know that, they're still using like the final seconds to move inside a site, which could actually be detrimental to them if they actually lose any against any stacks and not getting a bomb plant, you know?
Yeah, so we're going to see just a default opening here from OpTic, just a 2-3 split as you'd expect. Shazam will not have the auto, he's just going to be on an M4. You're going to see AGG gearing up for what seems to be a pretty heavy Halls lane split, from what I can tell. Being pretty committed to it as well. Here it comes.
Stan on the top of the balcony. First kill onto Ruru. Traded out by Twist, unfortunately, because he has an M4, not an AK. But Rush going to work here towards the port side. 1, 2, and 3 with the flick shot there. And Shazam saving his teammate. Drops the 4th one. And it's now going to be 13-6 with things looking to turn back in favor of OpTic Gaming here. Because you do have some sort of broken buy that will happen here for T-side, because Ocean has no money to work with. So smarter move actually is going to get a Galil drop, maybe. And Else is going to try to pick something up as well. So they do go for a drop AK Galil, but really not many nades to work with on the back of Else.
No, definitely not. This is a round that AGG pretty much has to win. If they can't, OpTic Gaming will pretty much just waltz into a map point, as the money is so low on AGG right now after this buy. So this is really important if they want to have any real chance at bringing this one back, to try to make this one work out. They are putting a lot of pressure over here at B. We see Naf and Daps. They are holding the car angle. They're not pressing all the way down anymore, but they are certainly denying a lot of control to AGG and forcing them back towards middle.
And you want to release a bomb plant as well, right, for AGG. If you're not able to win the rounds, at least get the bomb plants to build up the economy for the next round and a 14th one at map point for OpTic Gaming. But at this point, the bomb is by himself lurking towards his old mid, and that's going to be Ocean. Meanwhile, you had 3 guys trying to hold Banana side, but these mollies and these nades coming through, Twist, Ruru, and Invert are pretty much heavily damaged, except for the exception that Invert at 75. But you're really using those incendiary grenades to really run the clock down.
Well, here's the thing. Daps and Naf are out of nades. They don't have any more smokes or incendiaries. And so with 40 seconds left, a late B hit could still be really powerful here without the utility. I mean, Naf and Daps have to hit some shots. They're going to keep holding the angle. Naf will go ahead and connect one. Daps will as well. And, oh, this is just working out so well for OpTic. More than enough. They just wrecked them, dude. I don't know what else to say.
And that's because despite how much money that AGG had, yeah, I said there wasn't a lot of nades in the hands of Else, but he at least had a flash. The rest of AGG had a lot of nades and flashes to work with, but it never went for any shutters to try to take control of Banana. They think by just having 3 guys creeping up would be enough, and the trade would be enough. But if they actually had a pop flash towards that car side, those 2 guys were totally blinded for Daps and Naf at B.
So AGG just going to be on upgraded pistols and armor at this point. Stanislaw getting super aggressive here towards window. I think he spotted another one there, but gets caught trying to fall back. So good on Twist to pick up that kill. And actually, they have a man advantage now. There's only 1 player at A left. It's going to be Rush playing inside pit. Ooh. And Invert's going to catch this Banana aggression. So this is actually working out really well.
Well, now it's a 3 versus 2, though. There was some nice deke shots to start things off there for Invert. But now a TK, that's going to end that. They're going to hate each other after that. At least Ocean gets the drop kill there from the top of the balcony. It's just going to be now Naf going to try to clutch a 2 versus 1. They're just talking about it right now, how everybody was getting 1-deked from the people dying at the hands of Invert and possibly Twist, because I don't think Ocean got any 1-dekes, 31 dekes going through. It's now Nafly waiting for this first smoke to dissipate towards Moto side, but it's a high-low stack for AGG actually safely inside. So Nafly is going to have to count on nothing but his sheer aim, as he doesn't have any nades to work with. Creeps in, spots the first one, has no idea that Ocean is there. So he goes for the wide peek and gets the kill, so saves it at least for the team, but despite that, They lost a lot of players, and they're still going to be low on the money.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And if they lose this round, it's basically going to be 16-7 for OpTic because the money, again, really low on AGG. Getting your money reset now would be huge. A tactical timeout coming in from AGG. Not a bad time to call. I know people will be like, oh, they just won the round. Why? But no, if they lose this round, it's over. This is super crucial to win this one. I mean, last one was too, right? But this one, it's the same thing. Same situation.
It's worse, actually, right? Because if they actually lose this gun round, they're at $1,400. Maybe with the bomb plant, they'll be at 23. But then they'll have nothing else to work with for the terrorist team. And when they tried to rush with pistols, yeah, maybe those 1Ds work for invert. But there was nothing more than that right after, you know? So yes, definitely a crucial round for AGG. As we're looking at the scoreboard right now, at least you see how Rush has been on point on the CT side. 27-11 at a plus 16 differential so far. 120 ADR, so he's putting a lot of work here, especially on that CT side, holding porch.
Yeah, I mean, he's played lane his whole life, pretty much in CSGO, and he's always been pretty good at it. And he's really, to me, one of the... I think he's going to be kind of the next guy we're going to be talking about in NACS, to be honest. I think Nitro is firmly at the top of the rankings of NA entry fraggers, but I feel pretty strongly that Rush could certainly be number 2 behind him, in my opinion.
Well, he's been stepping up for a while. I mean, even before these days, even before Elevate, when he was he playing with Monomaniac?
Yeah, he played with Monomaniacs back in like 2013. And then he wasn't really that good. That was like his first couple of lands, but he grew a lot on Elevate, I feel like. And then when he came onto this team, he's been pretty good. So I actually like him quite a lot. I think he'll have a good year.
We talked a lot about his 1D as well, or his Deagle skills with Elevate, and Elevate probably known to be the type of guys that just want to keep buying Deagles, because that's when like XP3, Desi, even when Desi was still in there, they did nothing but just buy pistols every single time, and it kind of like translated across with Winterfox when XP3 went over to Winterfox, and you see them always buying these deals, and Rush has been one of those guys when he was playing on Elevate with them to just be on point with his with that silver op, as I'd like to call it.
I'm trying to think here what AGG could be discussing in this timeout. What?
Well, they do have B spawns, right? So at this point, you have
deny NAF and DAP's control of that. Finally, maybe that'll give them a little bit more room to work with. I mean, that could be a thought for sure.
Yeah, they have banana spawns. They do have. Is it Ocean that's going to be at the point? Let me just try to look at the overhead view right now. Ocean, I think, has to further spawn back. Yeah, so Ocean has to further spawn back, which could actually be good enough for them to go for shutter flashes towards take control of that B side. They have mollies to work with to try to push out towards the Cubby side if they wanted to on the top of mid. But at this point, with only 2 guys having nades, 2 smokes to work with as well, I'm expecting to see, with these spawns, a smoke towards CT spawn, smoke towards the garden side, and just rush B. I could be wrong, though, but I mean, it's desperate measures, right? They just have to try to play a little bit more aggressively, since playing passively ever since that second half when they won that pistol. Yeah, it's worked a few times when they're working against Ecos, against OpTic Gaming. When they were trying to work it slow on that last gun round, it kind of didn't pay off.
Apparently, Ocean used their tactical timeout to go use the restroom.
Nice.
Good use of tactical timeout.
He's nervous.
Now we're going to be back at it. What could be some of the final rounds of this best of 3. Again, we do have another one starting up in about 10 or 15 minutes, pretty much directly after this, so don't go anywhere. We'll have that one for you.
Well, we'll see at least if AGG could get this one with the B spawns, if they're going to rush towards the B side and actually win this round here to give them a better chance to try to surmount that hurdle, the green wall. But it's going to be actually OG pushing down aggressively down Banana. They're about to go face-to-face against Ruru. Smoke out towards T-spawn, maybe. Ruru's going to peek out, but Shazam gets the opening kill. And then status on to invert. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. We could see a serious point now for OpTic Gaming, as we do have right now the bomb here pretty much stuck at the underpass and finally manages to fall back towards that archway side, but towards alternate middle. But because of that, you already have a 2-minute advantage for OpTic Gaming. A lot of them very healthy, only Stanislaw damage from that push. And then now this gives them a chance to just fall back and play default spots too, where they're going to keep AGG on their toes.
Yeah, good job there from OpTic to just not get too greedy. just fall back and just play a standard round. Now you have a 5 versus 3. Should be easy pickings at this point.
Imagine if they actually rushed for B with those spawns. It would have been a whole battle at mid, good trades, and then hopefully they would have had one of their guys with the grenades in hand to actually just hold B after a pulse plant. But I mean, they're just getting anti-stratted pretty much by OpTic Gaming's aggressive pushes.
Yeah, it happened on Mirage as well, pretty much that whole
Exactly.
Certainly see the type of style that OpTic kind of plays in the CD style. They love to get in people's face.
Mm-hmm. Now they're just going to go for their running entries. No flashes to come through. Even Shazam gets a kill from the back of the town to make that too. Ocean bring it back onto Nafly, but Shazam going for the quad kill with M4s. And we're now at series point for OpTic Gaming, 15-7.
So this pretty much could be the end of this here. AGG going to have even less to work with than they had in the previous round. And they have to win 8 in a row to force this thing into overtime at this point, so it's not looking too good for them.
Well, we talked about it too, right? The economy's reset from the round they lost. They only have pistols to work with.
Mm-hmm. That's been a constant problem for them throughout this series, is the money resets.
Now AGG is still playing it very passively. I mean, they have flashes to work with. They were hoping for another aggressive OpTic Gaming push down towards the banana side. They played all the way on the bottom of the A ramp. Now they're going to try to take control of the winter room where none of them could actually jump in.
Did they get in there finally?
Nah.
No, they didn't.
No, they just can't freaking jump through. And Ocean says, screw it, I'm just going to go through the staircase because his teammate else has already made it up towards the hallway. I mean, you can see how tilted that is.
I mean, Ocean's a big man, Vance.
You gotta do that again?
No, he's like 6'8" or something like that. That's what I mean.
So basically, he just oh, what a 1v got the status block. Trying to go for another one onto Shazam. It's burning away. He actually manages to damage Rush before falling down, but this could be it. Last man standing is gonna be Ocean, and that's it. 16-7 the second map, 16-6 the first map. As OpTic Gaming moves on over AGG for the CEVO Season 9 Pro League.
Yeah, it's a pretty one-sided affair. Started out pretty close on Mirage, but then, like I said, like maybe the 6th or 7th round forward in Mirage to now, it was pretty much the OpTic show. They didn't really let up, and it was just a great showing from OpTic. They did exactly what they needed to do. They did exactly what was probably expected from the majority of the community. And so, yeah, not much to say about it. They'll move on into the round of 4 now, so they'll be in the semifinals. And they'll await their opponents on that side of the bracket. Meanwhile, we do have another round of 16 match coming up, actually. It's our last round of 16 match, and it's going to be CLG taking on Quetzal. So we're going to roll into that pretty quickly here. But OpTic, your first round of 14, they'll be playing the winner of Complexity and Liquid later on, probably this week or next week. So, yeah, definitely stay tuned, folks. We will be back quite shortly to bring you that next best of 3 series between COG and Quetzal. So see you soon.